So the reason why I'm here today is I was notified by a daycare of just an incident that happened in a classroom.
Like you, with that chair with such force, head snaps back with your hand on top, head like this, on the ground.
I should not have touched. I should have just like turned around and ignored. And it was just one of those
moments
that I got hit with one too many crayons. I am so sorry.
Saturday, April 29th, 2025, Vero Beach, Florida. At Kid City, USA, a preschool that promoted itself as specialized in the care of children with special needs, what began as a simple art activity turned into a criminal case when a 4-year-old boy with autism ended up injured and crying on the classroom floor. What the surveillance cameras captured was not a child's tantrum, but a serious failure in professional care, a teacher who lost control in an environment that was supposed to be safe and specialized. I'm Tyler, and this is your daily dose of crime. We can see that you're watching, but only 11% of you are actually subscribed to the channel. So take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so that we can keep bringing these videos to people and you never miss your daily dose of crime. Thanks for supporting the channel and for watching our videos.
Miss Alice?
Yes, hi.
Hi, Miss Alice. How are you?
Good. Hold on, I was on the story.
No, it's no problem.
Okay,
hi. How are you?
Good.
I'm
Well,
Detective.
good, but
I know
yeah.
you've had a rough day.
Yes.
So I'm Detective Christine Reeling with the Sheriff's Office. Don't get alarmed. You know, we come out to a lot of things. Anytime someone makes an allegation, I come out. You know, I make contact with people. Basically, what I'm asking of you is if you'd be willing to conduct an interview with me.
Now I was on the way out, but I can, if you want me to do it now or.
If you don't mind.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to read you something.
Okay.
It's completely up to you. You know, when we get to the bottom of this list, we'll go from there, okay? So you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that, Miss Alice? Okay. So the reason why I'm here today is I was notified by a daycare of just an incident that happened in a classroom. From your words, can you explain to me what happened in that classroom?
We were getting ready for lunch, and I had the kids coloring. I had a child throwing crayons all over the place, hitting me, throwing crayons at me.
Okay.
I walked over, did not say anything, knelt down. Hands were, and I was getting ready to say, let's, put your crayons on the table. We're not going to. Punched me in my stomach.
Okay.
And I was trying to scream. I was going to up and like over to another area so we can talk and wait for me. He wasn't throwing and getting upset. Either tripped or what, but it looks fell or I threw them off the table.
Mistakes happen, right?
And that's what the camera sees. Cried. She didn't get hurt. There was nothing. As an aide, she came back in. She got out of the room.
Okay.
That was it. That's all that happened. That was it.
Alice Wood, age 48, had been working in early childhood education for 2 decades and had been hired at Kid City, USA as a classroom teacher. The center employed behavioral technicians, specifically to support children with autism, but on the morning of April 29th, the brief absence of one of them exposed the fragility of the system. In her first statement, Wood claimed the boy had provoked her and that her intervention was minimal, shifting responsibility onto the child. That version not only conflicted with what the recording later revealed, but also exposed Wood's lack of understanding of behaviors common to the autism spectrum and the de-escalation techniques she was expected to apply. For investigators, the question became immediate. How could a professional with years of experience end up engaging in conduct that bordered on abuse inside a classroom meant for the most vulnerable?
So we're talking about the child. Were you made aware that?
Yes. And I've been at the place. May 6th would have been my year. I've had all this time. I know he is. I was just trying to calm down, throwing stuff. We were at tables. That's all I was going to do.
Gets upset or anything like that? What's a typical way that you have?
I don't always do it.
Okay.
But
And why don't you always?
As a therapist, always in the classroom.
Okay.
But breathe, calm down. Let's take a breath. Let's recenter, and then let's go back to what we were doing.
Okay.
But we did have kind of a non-normal day. It's picture day. Okay. And so we didn't go outside because some of my class had siblings. Okay. So we didn't. It wasn't a normal routine day.
Got it.
So he was taking them outside, and we were doing music. He was getting a little antsy, ready for lunch.
Got it.
That was, and she was hitting her, but she was letting them. Wasn't bothering any of the other kids. Gotcha. That was it. She walked out of the room to go to the bathroom, I think. And he started acting. That was it.
Okay.
It was like a 2-second
moment. Okay.
Yeah.
But just my little interaction.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a full conversation with you and describe feelings.
Not always. No.
Not
Yeah,
always,
no.
right? That's why he needs the therapist there. With their therapy plan, they don't have a restraint in there, i.e., you're not to hold or anything to that degree, right? Your understanding of that?
Yes.
Okay. So you are aware and you have had conversations with
Because
the aides.
I've seen them when we got into it.
So
And they've had hold and not restraint, but I wasn't restraining. I just put my hands,
okay.
and I was gonna say,
Place the crayons down.
place this crayons down. Where
Okay.
you know, so he was rearing back to punch me,
Okay.
and I was like, we're not gonna, I just. So I was getting ready to move, and like,
Okay.
hey man, let's go. We're gonna go over here,
Okay.
and that's when it happened. But they have not fully restrained him, but he can get bitey and they've held on to him. But I try not to. That's as much as I do. Is I'll touch hands and let's come here, but I'm
So
not
what
going to
happened
restrain.
today with moving from place to another place?
I was just taking from one chair, and I was gonna come this way, and that was it. Just
Yeah.
and
Do
he
you,
just,
looking back, feel as though maybe it was a little too much?
I should not have touched. I should have just like turned around and
Yeah.
ignored. And it was just one of those
Moments? Yeah.
that I got hit with one too many crayons,
Okay.
and I was just gonna talk. That's all I was gonna do.
Gotcha.
Well, parents were here. What would you like to do? Parents?
I am so sorry. I did not mean to do anything. I didn't want to grow so much in my class. I am so sorry. I did not mean to go from one spot to another with falling like that. And I didn't have a chance to recover from it because she walked in the room,
Okay.
instantly picked it up, and out of the room. I didn't have a chance to see if it was all right or anything.
Okay, so I did watch the video. In a portion of it, you place your left hand on his head. What was that for?
Head?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, at the table or? I don't even remember.
After he's moved from the seat to maybe 2-3 feet.
I don't even remember
adjacent.
touching him. I was trying to help him up. I have no idea. I don't even remember that part.
Your hand goes on the top of his head, and you kind of hold him there.
I don't even remember doing that. I have no idea why I touched his head. I have no idea.
Have you seen the video?
No, I didn't even see it. They just told me, and I walked, and that I was gone, and
As the interrogation advanced, officers reminded Wood that Florida law is clear. Physically restraining a child is prohibited except in extreme situations of imminent danger, and even then, only through specific procedures. This applies even more in a special education classroom where the appropriate response to challenging behavior should be redirection or technical support. Wood insisted she never immobilized the boy, reducing her actions to mere contact, but that explanation collapsed against the testimony of the behavioral technician, who confirmed that internal guidelines had been clearly violated. For investigators, the issue was no longer just a single incident, but the gap between what was expected at a specialized center and what had actually taken place in practice.
So here's my concern from a purely outside perspective, right? Having a fit, right? You come over, you kneel down, you put your hands on top, you can tell that you're talking, right? You can still kind of having a fit, right? Your hands move, you by the arms, and you come out of that chair with such force that it's almost like, have you ever watched like the Crash Dummies? Right, where
I don't even remember doing.
Hold on, let me.
Sorry, yeah, okay.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Where like the whiplash, like you, with that chair with such force, his head snaps back, and then on the ground, he's still having a fit, and he does swing at you, and then you, with your hand on top of his head like this, on the ground.
I don't even remember doing any of that. I swear I don't remember. All I remember is there, and I turned because she walked in, and I don't remember that. I have no clue. I don't even remember getting
Can you
that
stay with
close.
us for just 1 second?
Has a mark, like a adult hand-sized mark. It's almost the entire arm, shoulder, elbow, right from where you.
Realize, didn't
right?
even realize that. I am so apologetic. I've been at this business in childcare for 20 plus years and never done
Never
this.
had a no. Has it always been with disabled kids or
No.
special needs?
No. I've been working. Well, I had one at my last place. I had one kid he had some issues, but I've been hit, punched, things thrown at me.
Right.
I don't know what happened today.
Would you agree though, right? Like, it's not an ordinary teaching assignment, right? Like ordinarily, I would never look at a teacher and say, "You getting hit is part of the job."
Right.
But I think, can we all agree that when you're dealing with, especially like 4-year-old children that have special needs, that there are going to be times that they act out that way?
Even though I've had them for a year, I'm still growing and changing, getting older. So we're still working.
Right.
I'm still working. And with the age, I'm not always him, but not always. So it's.
Well, Miss Alice,
So I'm.
can we agree that a level of force is not the same as an adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you are to move from one point to another point, in the way that we've seen it, it's excessive of force.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Miss Alice, I'm gonna have you turn around for me, okay, ma'am? So
Can I lock my doors?
Absolutely.
Can I,
Take care of all that, okay?
my keys are in mine. That's for mine.
Here, you want to give me this?
I'm gonna have you go palm to palm. Can you go palm to palm?
Palm to palm.
So like both palms.
You have a bad shoulder?
Yes, please. My phone's in my back pocket.
Yeah, we'll take care of all that for you. Which is your house key, ma'am?
The one
Is it this one or this one?
I can't see. I can see the top. The one with the holes in it.
This one?
No, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to call your mom, honey?
Yes.
Can I have your phone number?
I don't
Do you
know
know?
by
That's
I don't
fine.
know by heart. It's on my phone. It's in my back pocket.
Just give us 1 second, we'll get it to you.
Thank you, I appreciate you guys.
What are we looking for right now?
Her
My
phone's in her
phone's in my
back
back
pocket.
pocket. Someone did call me while I was talking to you guys, and I'm supposed to be at a meeting right now.
For school? For work?
Well, it was a work. It was for my old college.
Oh, okay. Where'd you graduate from?
Indiana College.
Oh, okay. How long did you graduate?
Just a couple years ago, I got my CDA for
Oh,
teaching.
for child education?
Mm-hmm. So will I be in there tonight or?
Tonight, yes, ma'am. Into the morning where they will issue you a bond. So it's only one night, until you're able to post a bond.
Apartment's right down the street.
I know. And just unfortunately, my car doesn't have the means of transporting people. Somebody else has to do that, even though I know it's just a short distance.
When she finally admitted there had been excessive force, Alice Wood tried to defend her reputation by claiming that she never had any incidents in 20 years of teaching. Yet her words quickly lose weight in the light of her attitude, more concerned about locking her house, calling her mother, or attending a social event than about being accused of child. That contrast between the legal moment that she was facing and her personal remarks would reinforce the officer's perception that Wood was minimizing what happened and detaching herself from the seriousness of the harm. The video evidence and the visible injuries on the child had already established a different reality, one far removed from the image that she tried to project.
You doing? It's going to be taken off by the beautiful county jail.
Okay.
I have 2 of her belongings, her keys, her house is locked up. Alice, you're all set. I'm going to open this back door. Go ahead, take your seat.
Oh, this is easy.
So, yep, you just step in.
Step in? I'm not that tall.
Go ahead, step up.
There we go. Ouch.
There you go.
Just hit that new tattoo.
All right, Miss. So, now that we've all had a second to breathe and everything, I know. I'm so sorry I have to be here, but it's.
I'm sorry it happened.
I'm sure this has probably
But
never happened. Here we are.
Never would have thought what we expected. Yeah.
Yeah. Miss, are you? How do you spell your first name?
My government name is.
Okay, is
But I
that
do go by.
so? Just in your own words, because I know we had a lot of girls coming through here. We saw a lot of video. What has transpired today?
So we were doing student pictures because it's picture day.
Okay.
And had gone to the bathroom. I saw her. I was sitting in the lobby with some kiddos waiting to get their photo taken.
And this would be the lobby, right, where the
Yes,
little
right
photo
over here.
is over here. Okay.
I saw her walk back out. She came back in. We were still taking the same
Dead.
photo. Yes.
Okay.
And she asked if I could check the footage to see what happened while she was in the bathroom, to see like why we were so
Upset?
antsy, agitated,
Mm-hmm.
dysregulated. I'm not sure the right word. I wasn't in the classroom. I said, yeah, not a problem. Admittedly, I should check footage in private. However, I'm
Got a lot going on.
yeah,
Got a lot going on. You got a lot of people
yeah,
coming in and out.
so I
Yeah.
was able to find it, and she happened to be viewing it with me, and we saw what you saw.
Gotcha.
So I immediately showed Miss,
Which
and-
is the other woman right next to you,
yes,
right?
correct, and alerted Miss, the other owner,
Okay.
and Miss and I mutually decided that Miss Alice needed to be terminated. That's not
Appropriate.
how we treat kids. That's
Yeah.
too rough. That's not anything aligned with our standards. And then we drafted her termination letter. I was able to put Miss in the classroom, and at
Okay.
12 o'clock, I was able to pull Miss Alice out to ultimately fire her.
The testimony of the school director added another layer of clarity. She and another teacher reviewed the recordings and confirmed that it was not a misunderstanding, but a clear use of undue force. She decided to wait until the school day ended before dismissing Wood in order to avoid a public scene with families. An example of how difficult it is to manage a crisis in real time. But that decision also revealed a common practice in educational institutions, softening external communication with terms like altercation, even when internally the seriousness of the conduct was acknowledged. For investigators, this reinforced the idea that the case exposed not only the actions of a single teacher, but also the vulnerability of a center that had already carried a record of similar staff misconduct.
How did she take it? Not good.
Not well. It wasn't combative or anything, but she didn't really understand.
Okay.
She wasn't sure why.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, you could see the termination letter if you'd
Okay.
like. It's, per DCF in Kid City, we do not rough handle children. It's subject to immediate termination without prior warning or prior strikes or anything like that. She was asking, like, so he is able to punch me, and I move him, and I'm let go. And I'm like, well, yes, that's not how we treat children.
So she told you had hit her,
Yeah.
and that was a reaction to being hit.
Yeah.
Anything else?
She went to her car. We had still, and we were making it okay.
So with Miss Alice, I know we briefly said before she was a teacher, right? In her history, she's
Yes.
just not an active.
She was a preschool teacher.
Okay.
I don't know if she was ever like a grade school teacher.
Because you don't need a degree to be a teacher, right?
Correct. You
Right.
do the DCF
Yeah.
45.
Is that like obtaining a degree or going towards a degree when you say continuing education?
I mean, it can help with
Going
kind of
towards
going
that?
towards a degree. There are things like the childcare developmental. The acronym is CDA, and
Okay.
it's similar to like
They should attend this
getting an
in order.
associate's in early
Okay.
childhood. And she did have her CDA.
Okay. And she'd only been employed here for how long?
She was hired her start date was May 6th.
Of 24 then?
I believe so.
Does her application explain what she did before? Was she also a preschool teacher at other locations?
She was a preschool teacher at Asbury.
Okay.
Their childcare preschool area, it's a Methodist church, but their childcare center closed or lost funding or something, and then she was highly recommended
Okay.
by people in the community, and we interviewed her and didn't
liked
have
her.
any
Yeah.
red flags.
Yeah, I got it. Have you ever had any complaints about her in the past from anybody? Okay, so this is, to my understanding, then your first negative interaction then
Yeah.
with Miss Alice. Okay. And you know what? It's unfortunate, but
Yeah,
it's something that obviously happened, so it's here.
happened. That's not. We don't want that to ever happen to the kids. And Megan is a good kid. He is a special kid, but I mean,
We didn't
I've subbed in
anticipate
that
this.
classroom.
Yeah.
I would not have reacted like
The
that.
same. Yeah.
On April the 30th of 2025, just one day after the incident, Alice Wood would be arrested and formally charged with child, a felony under Florida law. Although she was released on bond, she was prohibited from working with minors while the case proceeds in Indian River County. The evidence is overwhelming. Surveillance footage documenting every move, visible injuries on the child's arm, and the behavioral technician's testimony confirming violations of established protocols. Legally, the charge could result in up to 5 years in prison, and if prosecutors prove aggravating factors like the child's vulnerability due to autism and Wood's position of trust as a teacher, the penalties could increase.